Okay, folks, time for another week of picks. This is week 11, and all the bye weeks are done, so for the first time since week 3, we have a full slate of 16 games, and that's the way it will be for the rest of the season. Um, so we did the Thursday night game in the last video, and we split on it. My pick was the Bears. As you can see, Madden's pick was the Miami Dolphins. We'll find out how that goes tonight. We haven't agreed on a Thursday night game yet. We've done 3, including the season opener, and we've disagreed on all of them, so see how this one goes. So the rest of the Week 11 picks start with the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Of course, the Vikings have shown some flashes of brilliance over the year. They've shown some, but the Packers have shown more. And, you know, the Vikings have had a lot of troubles off the field, too, you know, with Favre's stuff. And, you know, I don't think they respect their coach all that much. But yeah, I'm going to pick the Green Bay Packers in this one, because, yeah, they've been a lot more consistent. They've, you know, had a few things as well, but, yeah, I like the Packers. So that's where I'm going to go. And Madden's going to go with the Vikes, 22-10. Okay, moving on, we have Washington and Tennessee. And Washington got absolutely spanked by Philadelphia last week. So they're feeling a bit shell-shocked, I'm sure. Tennessee also had a loss to Miami. The actual records, by the way, are Washington 4-5 and Tennessee 5-4. So they've both been kind of mediocre. They've had some good games, but inconsistent overall. I like the Titans. I think Moss is going to be a little more used to the offense, and I think, yeah. I just think the Titans are a better team overall. I mean, Washington could pull off some magic, but I'm going to go with Tennessee here. And Madden agrees with me on this one. It's going to be 17-16, it thinks. Moving along now. Arizona and Kansas City. Okay, these records are a little higher than their actual records. Arizona is actually a very not great 3-6. Well, Kansas City is not as good as 6-3, but they're a decent 5-4. And yeah, Kansas City's been one of the surprises this year. Yeah, they've had some good games. Whereas Arizona, you know, they haven't really recovered from Warner leaving them. It's kind of tough. I think Kansas City has the upper hand. They've been a little better this year, so that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go still in the last game. I'm going to go Kansas City. Here we go. Madden's going to go Arizona. Madden likes Arizona. Okay. Baltimore and Carolina. I don't think this one requires a lot of thought. I mean, Baltimore is 6-3. They've been one of the better teams, and Carolina has not been one of the better teams. They're tied with the worst record in the league right now with Buffalo at 1-8. So it's pretty open and shut for me. Gonna go with Baltimore. Madden goes with Baltimore too, 31-16. Okay, Buffalo and Cincinnati. The two teams only have 3 wins between them. Buffalo has 1, which happened last week, and Cincinnati has 2. So, it's hard to say which team is the stronger one, but based on, you know, their strength last year, I kind of think Cincinnati has the upper hand. So, and they haven't changed that much. So, kind of surprising that Cincinnati's doing so bad this year, but yeah, I think they got the upper hand against Buffalo, so I'm going to pick Cincinnati. 28-5. Interesting score choice here. Okay, Lions and the Cowboys. Both teams are an identical 2-7. So they have the Lions right. The Cowboys are even worse than they're showing there. And again, 2 teams that are underachieving, but I think Dallas is the better team overall. I mean, it's a playoff team last year, and even without Romo, I think they've got a little more talent than the Lions do. So in this game, I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys. And Madden's going to go with the Cowboys too, 26 to 18. Okay, the Houston Texans and the New York Jets. Both teams are better than the records that show there. Houston is 4-5. They've kind of trailed off after getting off to a good start, but they're still a kind of average 4-5. Whereas the Jets are very good, 7-2. Matt Schaub had a little health issue this week. Don't know if he's going to be ready. He might be ready, but he might not be 100%. Whereas the Jets are the Jets, and they're pretty easy to pick week in and week out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick the Jets. And Madden picks the Jets too, 20 to 19. Moving on to the Oakland Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oakland been one of the surprises this week, or this year. And they've got a very overachieving, I think, 5-4 record. Well, maybe not overachieving so much, but I don't think anyone expected Oakland to be over 500 at this stage in the season. Whereas Pittsburgh is a very good 6-3. I kind of said last time Oakland played, which was a couple of weeks ago, that if they won, and they did, that I'd probably start trusting them more, but against a team like Pittsburgh, that's kind of hard. So, because Pittsburgh's had a lot of success, yeah, so maybe I will take a little stronger look at Oakland's success so far this season, but I don't think it's going to happen against the Pittsburgh Steelers, because they're just a little too good. So I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. And Madden's going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers at 21-7. Cleveland and Jacksonville. Let's look at their actual records. Cleveland is 3-6. Jacksonville is 5-4 after defeating Houston last week. Kind of hard to pick. No one really expected either of these teams to do anything this year, except for Madden, who seems to love Cleveland. But I kind of like Jacksonville. Because, you know, they've had some success even against some of the good teams. And, well, Cleveland's had some success against the good teams too, but it's a really tough pick to go, but I'm leaning towards Jacksonville. I think that's where I'm going to go. So Jacksonville is my pick. And, oh, surprise, Madden doesn't pick Cleveland at something. Okay. Picks Jacksonville to win 33-17. Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. Seattle's a very decent 5-4. New Orleans is a very above decent 6-3. So yeah, they still are the defending Super Bowl champs. I've been hearing rumors they might get Reggie Bush back this week. Yeah, against a team like Seattle, who is, I mean, Seattle's not been bad this year, but against a team like Seattle, I think the New Orleans Saints pretty much have it. So I'm going to go with the Saints. Madden goes with the Saints too, 34-16. Okay, Atlanta Falcons and the St. Louis Rams. Rams have been kind of doing better this year. They only won one game last year, and this year they've won 4 so far. But against a team like Atlanta, who is a very good 7-2, I think you got to go with the team that's been consistent all year, and that is the Atlanta Falcons so far. So that is where I'm going to go. Let's go with the Atlanta Falcons and see what Madden says. Madden's going to go with the Rams, 27-24. Close game. Thinks it'll be an overtime game too, so see how that one goes. Tampa Bay and San Francisco. Madden is still yet to pick Tampa Bay this year, which has kind of hurt Madden because Tampa Bay has won 6 times. San Francisco, meanwhile, has lost 6 times. Yeah, this is another game where I kind of have to go with the hot hand here, so I'm gonna go with the Tampa Bay Bucks. And Madden continues to not pick Tampa Bay, picking San Francisco to win 28-24. Okay, move on to one of the great perennial matchups of the year, the Indianapolis Colts and the New England Patriots. And let's look at the actual records. Indianapolis is 6-3. New England is 7-2. So it's kind of a hard pick here, and it always is. I mean, Indianapolis has had some struggles early on this season. They've been defeated by some subpar teams, I think. They lost on opening day to... Who was it? Was it Houston? I can't remember. Yeah. And New England has had a really good season in spite of a lot of people not believing in them this year. So my pick for this game is going to be New England. See what happens. Could go either way. It's always a great game, but we'll see what happens here. New England is my pick. Madden agrees with me here. 44-14. Pretty convincing. So we'll see what happens. This brings us to the Sunday night game, the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. We're into flexible scheduling right now, so some of the Sunday night games as listed here might change, but as of right now, this one has not. So the Sunday night game, Giants and Eagles. Well, Michael Vick had an amazing game last week, and I see no reason to believe that he won't bring that momentum into this week, being another nationally televised game and all, and against the division rival like the New York Giants. Of course, the Giants have been bringing it this year as well. Both teams, by the way, have identical 6-3 records. But, you know, really proud of the Eagles. A lot of people wrote them off since McNabb left in the offseason. Granted, a lot of people thought Cobb was going to be the starter, but and he has been sometimes. But yeah, with Vic at the helm, these guys have been doing some great things. So I'm going to pick the Philadelphia Eagles to win this game, and Madden is going to pick. Going to pick the Eagles as well, 36-16. Which brings us to the Monday night game. A division game that a lot of people thought would probably be significant. There's that alarm again. Ugh. Almost made it to the end without that. Okay. So Denver and San Diego. Denver is 3-6. San Diego is 4-5. So this game, I guess it might have some playoff meaning if San Diego starts to turn it on a bit. They've kind of been hotter lately. So I guess you never know. If they start winning, who knows what could happen. But yeah, they've been a lot better since they got Vincent Jackson back. So yeah, I'm going to pick San Diego to win this game. So the final pick of Week 11, mine pick is San Diego, and Madden's final pick of the week is San Diego, 28-13. So let's look at the games that we agreed on. That is 1, 2, 3, not those two, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, not that one, 11. So 11 out of 16 Madden and I agreed on. So it'll come down to 5 to determine whether Madden or I wins Week 11. So those 5, by the way, are the Thursday nighter tonight, Chicago and Miami. Then we have Green Bay and Minnesota. Arizona, Kansas City is the other one. Followed by these two, the Falcons and the Rams, and the Buccaneers and the 49ers. So those 5 games will determine whether Madden or I win Week 11. So, hope you enjoy Week 11. Hope you enjoy the game tonight and the games on Sunday. and the game on Monday, which pretty much covers the entire week, obviously. And until Tuesday, when I'll have some results for you, I will see you later. Have a good day.